Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back, you guys, with another video. Welcome to my channel. It is called Live Narc Free. All right, you guys. So this channel is all about inspiring and motivating you guys to live your best life. All right, so if this is you guys' first time tuning in, my name is Joy. I help people overcome narcissistic abuse. I have been dealing with narcissists since 2010. All right. And since 2016, I have been helping people overcome narcissistic abuse. All right. So I had an aunt that I lived with for 5 years that was a narcissist. A guy that I dated for 4 years while living with my aunt was a narc. And then after I did move on from the narcissist, I did end up meeting a borderline at this job that I worked at. I think it was only for like 4 months. And luckily, I was only in contact with that borderline for 4 months. So thank goodness, right? All right. So that's just a little bit about me. And make sure you guys again like, share, and subscribe. Hi, Leila Ramos. How are you? Hey, and make sure you guys give this video a like, you guys, and let me know you guys' story, how you were able to overcome depression, or even if you're going through that now, let me know. I love to hear. That's good. I'm happy you're good. It's a Sunday fun day, right? Are you guys enjoying your Sundays, right? I know later on myself, I am planning to get a massage. It is much needed, right? I need it really bad. I'm excited about it. And I do have to run some errands. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into the topic to kind of let you guys know how I overcame depression, because it's really a big thing after we deal with a narcissist, or while even when we're in a relationship with a narcissist, some of us could experience depression. So me, I was depressed. I'm not going to lie. You said been cleaning the house this morning, just finished. Okay, cool. Yeah, it like Sundays are usually chill days, cleanup day, spend time with the children, the kids, and maybe even go to church for some of us. He said, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, man, I was really depressed after dealing with the narcissist. I didn't want to get up out of bed. I know that I grieved and I cried a lot. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's weak, don't cry. But like me, I'm a sensitive person. So I'm going to feel my feelings, right? Yeah, I went through a lot of grieving. I know I grieved the narc for like 6 months. And it was hard to get out of bed. It was hard to go about my daily routine, like go to work, and just continue on with my life and just continue to move forward with what I was doing, and what I was striving for, like, goals and dreams and aspirations that I have for myself. And it was tough, because at the time, the narc kind of had me isolated from friends and from family members. And at the time, I was living by myself. I really didn't have, people that I could like go and visit their house quickly. Maybe I would have to take a drive, which wasn't bad, but it was still like I really didn't have that kind of support, because the narc had made it so that I was solely reliant and codependent on him. That's how they get us, right? And you guys, please feel free to share, like, how the narc made you depressed or how they made you codependent or whatever. But yeah, so I felt as if I was isolated. I felt like people didn't understand me. People didn't know like what I went through, because not everybody deals with narcissistic abuse. It's only a certain select few people that deal with it. So it's not everybody. So not everybody understands you. Now, if you tell them, they may be like, well, why can't you just move on? And what's the issue? They've moved on to someone else. What's wrong with you? Or are you stupid? Or like, you said you understand. Yeah. So, but the thing is, others don't understand. And it's like, they're looking at you like, well, what's your problem? And they're like, well, you should be able to move on. You know what I mean? And it's not so easy, right? But yeah, and at the time, I haven't really shared this with you guys. I wasn't working when I had moved into an apartment that I had got, and I was still in contact with the narc. And I'm going to tell you guys a story. So basically, I had ended up moving out on my own, away from my aunt, who was a narc. And I had a choice to either move into my own place or move back with my aunt, who was a narcissist. And you guys should know by now, I decided to stay by myself, right? I didn't want to go back to my aunt that was a narc. And the reason was because she was so abusive and everything that I had endured while I was living with her. But one of the things that I remembered, and I don't know if I shared this with you guys or not, but I actually lived in my car for a month. And I did that because I did not want to move back with my aunt. And during that month that I lived in a car, it was one of the most like excruciating, painful things that I ever experienced in my life, right? And it was something that I chose to do because I was trying to let God know, like, God, I don't want to go back to my aunts. I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know how I'm going to move into my own place, but I just know that it's coming, right? And thank goodness God was working things out for me. And I ended up connecting with someone that basically it was like this program where they pay your rent up to a year. So thank goodness I had got in contact with them. And, you know, I was literally on my way to moving into my apartment. But during that time period, I went through a lot, and it was hard to kind of fathom, like, you know, the end result and how I was going to be able to overcome it. But I did. But anyway, fast forward, you know, I really didn't share that with the narc like that. But once I had moved into my place, I was like, okay, so, you know, I moved in, and the narc, I was inviting him to come over, right? I didn't know that he was a narc. And I ended up finding out that he had a new person. He had a new supply. And I'm sitting here like, well, you were future faking me all this time. And I'm thinking we're going to be together. And that was not the case, right? So anyway, once I found out all of that, I went into a depression. Again, not only because I was alone, but I felt like no one understood me. I felt like, you know, I was betrayed. I was hurt. I was lost. I was confused. And not only with the male narc that I dealt with, but also with my aunt that I used to live with for 5 years. Remember I expressed to her how I felt about the guy that I was dealing with. And I remember she really had no emotions, really was just kind of like numb to it. Almost, I heard it in her voice. It almost sounded like she was happy that I was so hurt and that I was feeling so down, and like she was enjoying my misery, right? That's how a lot of narcissists are. But anyway, the depression, yes, it was a lot. Like I remember also, I was doing like network marketing. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with network marketing. I was really like promoting the business online. I was doing really well, right? But as soon as, you know, I went no contact with the narc, and I seen him posting the pictures of the new supply up and pretending like he was happy and that I was the problem and I was worthless and that, you know, it was all my fault, I had stopped promoting my my business online. You know, people were like, Joy, like, where are you at? Like, we don't see you anymore. What's going on? What happened? And I didn't really share it with that many people that I was like going through a depression, that I was going through like a breakup and like a heartbreak. And not many people didn't really know, right? And I was almost ashamed. I was embarrassed, right? Because I was afraid of like what people was going to think of me, and like, oh my God, are you silly? Like, what's wrong with you? You know, but anyway, so how I went about overcoming depression, because it was something that I went through for a while, honestly. Like I felt like I beat myself up a lot. Like I was so angry with myself, and I was kind of angry with God too, but I know that God brings us lessons in life, and you know, God works through people and relationships. So he has us connect with others for a reason, and they do certain things to us for reasons, for us to grow, for us to heal, for us to recover and move on. You know what I mean? So I felt like that was happening, you know, with the male narc and my aunt and the borderline that I ended up meeting after that. But anyway, so one of the things that really helped me overcome my depression was get out and be with friends, like spend time with people that I knew really loved me and cared about me, you know, and people that could validate my experience, what I had went through. Because, and here's the thing, not all friends are going to understand. Like I mentioned before, people are not going to understand what you've been through. So you have to be careful about who you tell, because you have some people that will validate your experience, and then you have some people that will not understand and will blame you, right, for what the narc put you through. So you just want to be careful about that. And thank goodness I actually had friends that were very supportive and that, was by my side and said, hey, if you need anything, I got you. You know what I mean? And the other thing was I did a lot of meditating. I did a lot of yoga. Like yoga was like my lifesaver throughout the whole depression and like everything that I went through. Like, because like I said, at the time I wasn't working because technically I was living in my car for a month, and then I got into this program where they basically paid my rent for a year, and I needed that because, to be honest, during the time when I broke up with the narc, I would have not been able to work. You know what I mean? It would have been impossible. Like I would not have been able to concentrate. I would not have been able to focus on my daily tasks, my daily routine. Like I remember during the time, like people said, like, Joy, you're in a trance. Like you are not the same person that you was. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting here like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, no, you're different. Like it's almost as if you're numb. Like you're not the same. Like you've been changed. And I was just like, I can't believe that this is happening. You know what I mean? But it was all for a reason. But anyway, yes, yoga really, really, really helped me a lot. The meditation, the breathing exercises, and just being able to just let go and be in the present moment, not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future, just being in the present moment really, really, really helped me a lot. So I highly recommend you guys doing yoga if you are going through any depression after dealing with the narcissist. All right. And the other thing was I did do counseling for a year. My only thing is, and I'm sure you guys may know, but the girl that I did counseling with, she didn't really understand narcissistic abuse. So that's why I always say it's good to talk to people that have actually gone through what you've gone through, because they know what it's like to be in your position. You know what I mean? Because she didn't really know what it was like. I know she'd been through a heartbreak, but it wasn't like narcissistic abuse. And you guys know a normal breakup versus a narcissist breakup is totally different, right? It's on a whole nother level. It's not the same at all, right? So when I was in the session with her, I almost felt like she was judging me. And like, if you're a victim of narcissistic abuse, you don't need anybody judging you. You don't need anybody blaming you. You need to feel validated. You need closure. You need support. You need, all the support you can get, right? All the guidance that you can get. But I even told her, I was like, hey, are you judging me? Like we had that conversation. And she was like, no, like the way that she would look at me when I'd be talking to her, I'm like, you don't seem like you have empathy. You don't seem like you're understanding, or you don't seem like you're sympathizing, or, you know what I mean? It felt like, oh, she was just listening to me vent, And have you guys ever had that experience? Like, have you ever been to like a counseling session or anything like that? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But the other thing was, I did my research. I did go online, and I remember I used to type in words and phrases that the narc would say to me, and I type it up on Google, and then out of nowhere I see it say narcissistic personality disorder, and I'm sitting here like, oh my God. Like, so this person was a narcissist. And so that's when I was just like, oh my goodness, I had no clue. I had no idea. Right. So I started to do my research, and, but not only that, but I do remember too, when I was going through the depression, I would be so obsessed with the narcissist. I remember I used to watch his Facebook page a lot. I used to watch the news supply a lot, because I had thought like that person was better than me. And I was like, well, they chose them over me. So obviously, maybe they are better. And how the narc was parading that person around. You guys know what I mean? I know a lot of us, we go through that, but that is not the case. It's just the narcissist is really, truly trying to hurt you, right? But yeah. And then the other thing was I spent a lot of time by myself. Now, some of us, we do feel lonely, during that time of period. We feel isolated. We feel like, afraid to be around others because we're protecting ourselves. It's almost like a coping mechanism because you're like, oh my God, like you're waiting for that next hurt. You're just like trying to protect yourself, just trying to be on the lookout to see, like, it's almost like you're paranoid, like you feel paranoid. But I definitely spent a lot of time by myself, not because of that particular reason, but I did it because I was just trying to figure out who I was. Like I was trying to get to know joy, like for the individual person that I was, finding out the things that I really liked about myself and what made me happy, what made me passionate, and who was I? What were my beliefs? What were my values and my traditions? Who am I? I really dug deep. I did a lot of inner healing work. Yes, Leela. Definitely. The other thing that helped me overcome depression was I did a lot of reading. I don't know if you guys like to read or not, but and to be honest, like even in college, I was not really into like college at all. Like I did it, I guess, just because I felt like I had to, which I don't recommend anybody doing that. Please, if you don't feel like you want to go to college, please don't do it. Right? You'll waste your time. It's not worth it. But myself, I read a lot of books. I know the one book was You Can Hear Your Life by Louise Hayes. Love that book. Les Brown, You Can Live Your Dreams. The Four Agreements. The Seat of the Soul was really good. Who else? A New Earth. The Art of Positive Thinking. So many books I read. What else? I'm trying to see. I said The Seat of the Soul. The Alchemist was really good. The Alchemist book. And these books just really helped me to go within and heal myself and understand that, life, it's a school where we're always learning, we're always growing, and you may have good experiences and you may have bad experiences, but at the end of the day, it's about how you deal with that is what determines like who you are, or it's what defines you. It's like, it's not about your past. It's not about your future. It's about how you deal with situations in life, and like, who are you in that moment? You know what I mean? And so that really helped me a lot. Like I was literally at the library like every weekend. I was just like, I need to know about who I am. I also read books about like self-love, self-esteem, codependencies, trauma bonding. I read a lot about that because I realized that, I was codependent. I was made to be codependent by the narcissist in a big way, So I definitely had to work on healing that for sure. All right. And the next thing that really helped me overcome my depression was I started to get creative. And for those of you that don't know, I do like to sing from time to time. And I just remember, like, when I would be in my apartment by myself, I would just sing. Like, I would just sing so loud, and it would just help me feel so much better. I felt like I was able to express myself, and it felt so good, And I also started to model from time to time. I know living in LA, you have a lot of that. People model and do creative things and all that stuff. But that really helped me get out of my depression, out of my rut, And the other thing that really helped me, you guys, this is going to sound crazy, but I got a tattoo. And the tattoo, it hurt so bad. It was so painful. I don't know. This is it right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It says, God loves me. But I got it because I was like, I need to see this. I mean, I know it now without a shadow of a doubt that God loves me. But I was like, if I can see this in the mirror when I get up and see that God loves me, I will be okay. Right. So that helped with the depression. And as I said, meditation. And I don't know if I mentioned traveling really helped me because, after I went no contact with the narc, he was hoovering me and he was trying to get third parties to contact me. And he would be getting people to follow me and add me on Facebook and see what I was up to see if I was trying to come back to him, because him posting a picture of that new supply, he knew what that was going to do to me. He knew that hurt my feelings. He knew that would crush me. and make me feel some kind of way. He knew exactly what he was doing, right? Because basically in his mind, I gave him a narcissistic injury. You know what I mean? Because I basically was like, I'm not going to be your side chick. You know what I mean? And he, quote unquote, was future faking me, pretending like we were going to be in a relationship. But in actuality, he had no intentions at all. Narcissists will do that to you. They love to let you down. That they love it, right? But yeah, after I went no contact, I decided to travel. I ended up going to Utah. I think it was for this this conference for this job that I was working for, and it was amazing. I had a lot of fun. It was a little hard to kind of socialize with others because I was still so like traumatized. I was still, excuse me, I was in like shock still, and I was still needing that time to heal, you know, because it literally had just happened. This was back in 2014 after all, you know, when I went no contact with the narc. But it was a lot to deal with and a lot to take in. But me traveling really helped to kind of clear my mind and get my mind off of things. So yeah, you guys, I hope that this video was helpful. Let me know. Dealing with depression, it is a lot. Some people don't have anyone to talk to. Some people do feel like they're alone. Some people feel like that this is their life and whoever they dealt with has ruined it, you know, but I'm here to let you know that that is not the case. You can overcome depression. You know, it's never an easy thing. And I don't recommend you doing it on your own. So yeah, that's all I have to say, you guys. I hope that this video was helpful and insightful. And make sure you guys do like, share, and subscribe. And I did want to let you guys know that I do actually have a 90-day coaching program where I help you overcome narcissistic abuse. Now, in that coaching program, we could talk about, you know, how to overcome depression as well. If you want to learn more, you guys can visit my website or you can send me an email. And I always say that, you know, I feel like if I would have had a coach, somebody that was working with me one-on-one, I feel like I would have been a lot better. I feel like I would have been able to heal quicker. I feel like, you know, I wouldn't have to gone through all those challenges and all those struggles, you know, by myself if I would have had a coach. So yeah, I highly recommend if you are dealing with narcissistic abuse, definitely reach out. You know, I'm here for you guys, you know, and yeah, like with the coaching, you definitely have 100% support. You definitely have accountability. You could heal faster. As I said, you avoid mistakes. You'll have an expert like myself by your side, helping you to heal and recover after any challenges or struggles you may be going through after dealing with a narcissist. You know what I mean? And I recommend this to people that, you know, that are ready for a change, that are ready to get their life back. You know what I mean? Take your power back, and you're tired of, you know, letting the narcissist control you. You know, they're all about power and control. They don't want to see you move on. They don't want to see you find someone new and someone better than them. They don't want to see you be successful in life. They don't want to see you, you know, turn your pain into passion. You know how that would make the narcissist feel? Like, definitely narcissistic injury all the way. You know, so yeah, if you guys are interested in my 90-day coaching package program, definitely hit me up. You can send me an email or you can visit my website. And I do have also other products. I have the 5 signs you're dealing with a narcissist. I have 7 steps to moving on from narcissistic abuse. All of that is on my website. And I also actually have a free download. It's called Letting Go of the Narcissist. If you want to know how to let go of the narcissist, if you still, that's a challenge for you. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Love you so much. Take care and enjoy you guys this Sunday. Bye.